We'll blast through it though. Hey guys, sorry about that. Starlink, I've been dealing with it for 2 or 3 days. Starlink is not playing nice. Thank you for sticking around. If you was here for the first one, you got more of an in-depth. This one, we're just going to blast through the first little bit here just to get through. But if you've been watching us, family of 7, we decided to move to Portugal six or so months ago. You've been following us from the start. We really, really appreciate. George, how do I pronounce your name, George? Is that it, George? We really appreciate you sticking around. Hello again. And yeah, we're just going to go over a few things, a few highs, lows, things we've noticed, things the kids have been going through, our story. If you've listened to it already, I'm sorry, we're going to go through it again. We're going to try and blast through.
Like Brett said, the Starlink went out. It went into sleep mode for some reason. Brett set up a sleep mode. It went into sleep mode. So yeah, we have no idea why. It wasn't meant to start for another couple of hours, but it just decided it wanted to go to sleep. So
yeah, there you go.
Here we are again.
Hi again, and welcome.
We don't know when we lost them.
Hello, sir.
When it went. So
yeah,
we're just going to start again.
We're just going to get started. We really appreciate you sticking around. We are just going to go over the same stuff just because when this video is published.
After it loads. How?
Oh. Our little princess.
Keep dressing her, so how?
I don't know. You have to go and ask Layla.
Well, ask Layla, because we're doing a live here.
And now you're in it.
Love you.
I love you.
Welcome. Hello. Thank you very much. Right, let's get into it. We're going to blast through this first bit. So we're basically just going to cover the first 48 hours in Portugal after we've worked really hard to get here. Yeah, our experience so far, what we were expecting, how we've sort of dealt with everything since we got here, and what we're going to be doing in the future. So, hello everyone, welcome. We are a family of 7. We moved from Portugal, from Canada. Yes. We moved from England to Canada 14 years ago. Then we decided we wanted to experience what Portugal has to offer. It's an amazing, beautiful country, and we've met so many amazing people so far. We're very excited to be here. And this is our first video, it's actually our second live because we just messed one up. But this is our first video in Portugal. Sorry.
Can you help us after?
For sure. After, I will help.
We'll come and help you in 10 minutes, baby. So we just got to do this. Anyway, guys.
For sure. Stop coming out and then I'll come.
The move. So we had a very stressful, as you can imagine.
Love you.
Love you.
Don't take them.
Okay, we won't take long. Very stressful move. We had 17 suitcases, 7 carry-on bags to move from Canada to Portugal. It was
a buggy and a car seat.
A buggy and a car seat. Yeah. So as you can imagine, it was very stressful. We have got a video coming out, but if you're here watching this live, you're going to get a bit more of an in-depth of all of the stressful things we went through because we were too stressed to be shooting video. We did shoot some. You'll see the amount of stuff we had, and just that will probably give you anxiety just seeing that. But
I think, yeah, we would have loved to have done more of the story of us, like the journey part of us moving, but it was just so much. Like I was literally trying to make sure we had everything and everyone was in a safe place.
We wasn't thinking about shooting video. That was the last thing we were thinking about.
So the stress levels were up here. Then having to shoot video on top, it would have not been a fun video for anybody.
You should get another and cheaper internet supplier. We will probably do that.
We
probably will do that.
So far has not been good.
It's not been good. It's been very stressful, and I think
especially when
it's like 40 euros a month, which compared we were paying like 300 in Canada for our internet and our security. We were paying about $300. So obviously it's a lot cheaper than that, but if we can get it cheaper, we'll definitely do that. And it'll probably be more reliable, less messing around. Maybe stick to a 5G hotspot if you need mobility, or contact home fiber internet. Yeah, we will definitely look into that. It was just we start school and work on Monday, so we had to get figured out. So the last 2 or 3 days, we got Starlink. The router was really bad. So then we had to go back out and
get boosters and stuff.
Get boosters, and then we needed plugs for everything. So
we don't know whether it's the location we are, if we're too remote for it, but we shouldn't be because it's meant to be able to work anywhere. And then we don't know whether it's the home, whether because of the walls and stuff, the thickness or the house. We don't know what it is that's not working out.
Yeah,
why we needed the boosters, why it's not quite working.
Yeah. The idea of getting Starlink was that we can take it with us when we go traveling and stuff. But we ended up just getting the standard one that we can't take traveling anyway. So that was kind of stupid, but we were just in a crazy hurry. So unfortunately it did cost, I think it was like 300 euros or something. 300 euros for the little satellite thing. And then you have to set it up and get it just right. And I had no tools, like to get the wire from where the satellite was into a decent spot. Like the router's not in the best spot because they didn't have any tools, and it's just been an absolute freaking nightmare.
They paid 50 euros for 3 mobiles, TV, and home internet. So yeah, we clearly need to be with someone. What
company is that?
He said yes, me too. Same for me. Okay.
Oh, okay.
On NEO. So I'm going to look at that because we also all need. No.
Oh, there you go, everyone. So Starlink is the most expensive, most stupid one to go for. But it was, I don't know. We're just we're just stressed trying to get everything. When we were coming here, we didn't even know we'd have electricity. Luckily for us, the landlord kept it in his name just for us to settle. But we were 100% expecting to get here and not even have electricity, weren't we?
There are 3, Vodafone, NOS, and NEO.
Okay, because we need phones, we need all of that stuff. Like we're still using Canadian data, which is $16 a day. Every time you start using it, it's $16 a day. So yeah, we've got lots of stuff to sort out. We really appreciate that. We will go through the comments and get these. If you have links, like refer a friend links, send them over to us in direct, and we'll use one of those. Depending on who has the best deal, you might get a month. I know Starlink does a month free if you refer someone. So send us your links if you have those.
We don't know that we'll be referring anyone to Starlink then.
Not at the minute. Not at the minute. Hopefully this doesn't shut down in a couple of minutes. But anyway, we're going to start blasting through this instead of taking forever like we were before. We do want to cover a few things, the highs, the lows, stress and moving day. It was crazy. Do you want to just go through that again? Going through all the hand luggage was packed like a Tetris.
We had sold our house and we had to be out of our house 3 to 4 days before our actual flight. So in that time, we were staying at hotels, and to try and alleviate some of the stress for Brett,
everyone,
with the suitcases, because the suitcases were a big stress for you. You was really concerned about the suitcases because there were
17.
So
17.
We stayed in hotels,
17
but Brett left all 17 suitcases at his office. And then we hired a car because we'd already sold our car and everything, which was good. But we needed a car for the last couple of days to do some errands, do some fun things with the kids and stuff, and to move around from the hotel to different places and stuff like that. So Brett left all the suitcases at the office. The morning of the move, he went to the office, collected all the suitcases with his mum and dad, met me and the kids from the hotel at the airport with the hand luggage and the kids, and we dropped off the rental. You had all the suitcases on trolleys that you'd loaded up with your mum and dad. Then every kid had a trolley with a couple of suitcases on.
We had 5.
Luckily, when you have those
carts,
suitcases,
didn't we?
Yeah, luckily when you have those suitcases, you literally just walk into the airport and you drop off your suitcases. So that part isn't very stressful, but he didn't want to take all of our suitcases to the airport hotel.
It was majorly stressful.
And then ride the shuttle, right? You didn't want to have to ride the shuttle with all the suitcases.
No.
So that removes some of the stress for you.
Yeah.
And then once you get in the airport, you literally hand off a lot of your luggage. You check them all, right?
But so we'll have a video coming out that will show you the actual quantity of stuff we had. But we didn't go into all the detail. We'll go into way more detail in this video.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's enough to give you some anxiety. But yeah, we got into the airport. We had to line up. There's 5 carts full of suitcases and all this stuff. Everyone looking like, what the hell are these people doing? Trying to get through the rows to get to the thing to put the suitcases in. And then we got to the end and they were like, no, you've got too much. Like, you're going to hold up everyone else. So can you go over here? And then they sent us over somewhere else. And then everyone's standing there, and I'm like stressing.
The conveyor belt stopped working.
And then the conveyor belt stopped working.
Oh, another thing that I just thought of while we was doing all the check stuff, oversized items and car seats, like all the things like that are oversized items, too heavy that you have to check. They go to a separate area. So Brett went to a separate area to check the car seat, correct?
Mm.
And
so I go walking over with this.
There you go. I have watched videos and like tips and tricks and stuff, how to get things that you don't have to pay for through. People have said, I've watched numerous videos. I thought this was like a hack. I was like so excited about it, that you can put stuff in the bag with your car seat. I send Brett over to take the car seat. I'm like, he'll be fine. They're literally just going to put it through a scanner. Then they'll send it off to the plane. What did they?
Yeah, they put it through a scanner and won't realise that it's packed full of stuff that shouldn't be in there.
They didn't. No one had ever said that you're not allowed to do that. People were saying this is how to do it. It was like, you need to put stuff in there, in the car seat.
Yeah,
also,
they didn't like it.
It adds protection for the car seat, but also like, it's a way to take stuff. Because your suitcases that are checked are weighed, right? So people were saying that it's a good way to be able to take more stuff.
It's not a good way. It's not a good way. They didn't like it.
Brett went over, they put it through, and they was like, what do you have in here? What is this? You can't put this in here. The man did not like it at all, did he? He was like, you cannot put this in here. And then I was like, well, what can I do?
I'm already like maximum stress level, sweating like, and the guy's like shouting at me, you can't do it. And he was like
it doesn't matter where he's from. We don't need to do voices.
He was.
So anyway, Brett was like, I don't know, my wife did it. My wife did all the packing. I have no idea.
And she's just looking at me from the other line like.
So then I walk over and I'm like, what's the matter? And then he's like, you can't put this in here. I'm like, why? I've seen people on the internet do it. They said, this is what you need to do. He was like, no, you can't. And then I was like, okay, so what can I do with it? Because I still need to bring it. But anyway, he said, you need to check it. So I had to take it back to the lady. She had to then, all this stuff, like it wasn't really protected in any way. So he said, you need to put it in like it was basically a bin bag. And then she put a tag on it. And I was like, this is going to get lost for sure. It's literally in a bin bag.
They didn't charge us for it though,
we didn't have to pay nothing for it. So he said,
they probably felt sorry for us.
We said, this one time, I'll let you do it. And I was like, good, because I don't need to do it again.
We had a lot of people feel sorry for us. I think it helped us out quite a lot. But yeah, that was the first major stress, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then from there, what happened?
Then from there, everything went on. All the luggage went. I was like, good, that's all gone.
Yeah.
Then we go through TSA.
What happened there? I can't remember. I blocked it out of my memory. It was such a
TSA is where you literally load all your stuff on, then they scan it, right? And you walk through the little beepy alarm. So when we went to Mexico, the last time we flew, when we went to Mexico, California, we was allowed to take just like a Ziploc bag with all our liquids in. It was like, great, we'll put all our liquids, all our heavy stuff in the hand luggage. This doesn't get weighed. When they put it through, the man was like, you can't have all these liquids. They was literally tearing everything out of our luggage.
All of our bags, because it's not based on weight, we packed like everything as much as we could, like all random stuff, every little nook and cranny, like sitting on them to do the zips up.
Every bit of space within our hand luggage was utilized. Every single little nook, cranny, everything was jam-packed full of stuff. So when we went through TSA and they pulled stuff out, none of it seemed
I don't know why we didn't think of that, because we've been through there so many times. We knew there was going to pull stuff out.
Yeah, we knew they would pull stuff out, but normally they've never taken anything from us. We've always been able to put it back in.
But anyway, they undone all of our bags. Everything just
back.
like released because it was pushed in there so much, and then at the other end they would give us a little table. We've got the kids running around. Not running around, just they're being good kids, but they're like, you got to watch them, and then you've got all these bags, is stuff missing.
Yeah, they was like, because everyone had like a wheelie suitcase and then backpacks. So they're like, is this your bag? Is this your bag? And we're like, yes, that's ours. Another person over there is like, is this your bag? And then that's another person's bag. So I'm like watching all the kids because everyone's trying to claim their bags.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, there's still ones coming through the conveyor belt, like through the
They're like, is this yours? And we're like, they're all ours. All of the ones go all over there. And they're all like laughing.
But they was like, you can't take all these liquids. So then a lot of our liquids had to be discarded, which was very sad.
Makeup.
Yeah, makeup stuff for the kids had to be discarded. My
Mm.
weighted blanket, because your hand luggage isn't weighed, I was like, oh, perfect, I can bring my weighted blanket. They was like, you can't bring this, it has organic matter in. I was like devastated. They discarded it. Anyway.
Her precious blanket. Her blankie.
It's not a precious blanket, it's just a weighted blanket. I like it.
Yeah. Let me just catch these traditional ones. How the kids reacting. The kids are. We'll go over that in a minute. There's good. There's good and bad. There's good and bad.
Ryanair is worse.
Yeah,
we went with Air Canada.
Yeah.
We've never had any problems with them before. I think this day they just decided.
Air Canada's
super strict.
They are more expensive than the more expensive option, isn't they? So I think there is a little bit of wiggle room.
But yeah, they didn't.
But it's a nice flight, and even though
the seats were nice and stuff, everything that was my only bit of a bummer that we had to get rid of.
The seats were great. We were in economy, and the seats were great, weren't they? Yeah, it was quite good. It was a good flight. Once we were in there, the food was good. Everything was good. It was a bit stressful getting in and out of the air.
Walking down the aisles as well.
We both had two. Like we all had 2 bags trying to get down there, but that's just regular. Like that was regular. Once we got to Portugal, the security, the customs officer was absolutely amazing. Like super friendly. Never had an experience like that with a customs officer where they're actually like chatting and being like joking, being friendly. Usually it's like what you doing, where you going.
Normally they are like interrogating you, and you're like the worst.
You feel like you're a criminal.
You get super nervous. You're like stressed out to the max. You're already stressed and sweating, carrying all this extra. I look like really suspicious. Because you're sweating profusely.
I look like I'm hiding something. But he was like super friendly, and from then there was no stress apart from the driver.
Well, then because we was lined up for so long, because we couldn't just go through customs by scanning our passport because we have children, the families and everyone had to line up, which made us actually take a lot longer to go through. So our luggage had already come out of the conveyor belt and was all just standing there. So like luckily all of our luggage was already ready.
Yeah.
Everyone else had already left.
Yeah.
And
the carts are a little bit bigger in Portugal as well. I just read an article that Porto is the 2nd best airport in Europe as well. So I was expecting some, because I'd heard a lot of things about strikes and Lisbon. I've seen a lot of bad news and stuff about Lisbon airport. So I was a little bit worried, but Porto airport was great. We were in and out. The taxi driver was there an hour early waiting for us. So it was pretty easy.
So what we did to try and minimize the stress with the suitcases and everything, we arranged a taxi to come meet us, pick up all our luggage, and you rode with the taxi with all the luggage to the home. Me and the children got a shuttle to the car rental, and we picked up the car rental, and me and the kids drove. So
they are not prison tattoos. I didn't get them in prison, but a prison officer did tattoo me. So I just got to, are those prison tattoos, sir? No. I didn't get them in prison. I've never been to prison, but a prison officer was my tattooist.
He is a prison officer. He works in the prison, but he also is
He's now a tattooist. He's now a tattooist.
Just
when I was younger.
That's clear.
Yeah. I only had this just to go
only
off.
Some of them.
This is the only tattoo I have that was done by a proper tattooist. They're all proper tattooists now, but it was sort of like
at the time.
He done it when he was in training, apprentice, I guess. Yeah. But he was a prison officer. But no, I didn't get him in prison. I've never been to prison.
And then he has other ones that are from his dad and stuff.
Yeah, my dad's also a tattooist, but just right luggage. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I mean, it worked great. We had a guy. It was an hour and a half trip from Porto to where we are. Lots of time for me to ask him a bunch of questions. Super helpful. I asked him everything. Loads of questions I had. So.
And for you to be scared to death.
And he was, I don't know if he was a terrible driver or a great driver. We didn't have an accident, and he got me here nice and quick, and the road here.
And it was a good experience for Brett because Brett was messaging me, please be careful on the roads, please be careful.
Well, I think there's the road to where we are, like the road from Porto to where we are. Area, yeah. The road is actually very dangerous. There was crashes along the road, and he was telling me all the different, things to watch out for and be careful for. And he's been driving for many years, but he was very erratic and just erratic. But he was a great guy. And when you get to the location we were at, the roads are like, there's no way I'd have been able to drive down these tiny little roads. And
so luckily I drove the Red Bull and I made it.
Yeah.
I was able to.
Yeah, but you didn't come down these tiny little roads.
Well, how else did I get here?
You didn't come down these roads.
How else did I get here, Brett?
You went down that road.
You don't know what road I got. I don't.
To get to the front of the house.
I don't even know what road I went down.
These roads that this van will barely fit down. Even he had to go like back and forth a million times. Anyway, completely insane taxi Bolt drivers. I had one whilst alone, luckily.
But just to show,
110 and a 35. Yeah, it's mental.
Just to show some of the rental is already damaged quite a bit. So our rental is already damaged quite a bit.
So we took loads of video and pictures. Hopefully there's going to be no issues when we take it back.
Damaged? No. It was already pre-damaged.
But it's all scratched all down.
But we scared Brett when we arrived. We said that we'd done it.
Yeah.
He was like, you did not do that.
We did have an incident just before we left, didn't we? So it wouldn't surprise me. I'm not going to say it on live because there was an incident in a van.
The minivan?
Yeah. You want me to tell everyone?
No, let's go move.
Anyway, guys, so is there anything else to say about the travelling journey here? Beautiful. The taxi driver was from Porto, and he was like, "Oh, you're going out in the middle of nowhere and fires and stuff like that." He was a real city guy, but absolutely beautiful. So many beautiful houses, and it looked like every house has the most amazing view. We've looked at loads of houses online, and all of them have like amazing views, don't they? But we're going to get into our actual.
We're meant to be doing this super quickly. We said we was going to blast through it, and everyone's.
Well, we've just explained the whole thing.
Hopefully.
Did we miss anything? I don't think so. Guys, hit the like button if you're still here. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, you've been following our journey, we really appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button. We're going hard on the YouTube stuff now. So now we're settled here and in Portugal. We have a Portugal channel, but now we're in Portugal. Okay. So some of the things that we enjoyed, and if you've already heard our live we just tried to do, apologies, but we're going to go through this again. One of the huge things for me, which is probably a little silly thing to a lot of people, but I hate mosquitoes and they love me. I don't know what it is about me, but every time I go outside in Canada, I would get 5 to 10 mosquito bites.
I've read or seen somewhere or someone said to me, I think it is to do with like blood type and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but they just absolutely love me. Anyway, I was a little bit worried about mosquitoes here, and I've seen one. There's a lot of grass, long grass and stuff, and we've been walking around. I haven't been bitten once. So in 3 days, that's a huge thing for me. That's a big thing for me. As silly as it sounds, it used to really annoy me. I used to wait all winter, freezing cold winter for the summer, and then the summer would get here and I wouldn't be able to enjoy it because I would just get eaten alive. And I don't like putting chemicals and stuff all over me.
Yeah.
So sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. I'm done.
Anyway, that's our thing. Moving on. Your thing that you've loved so far, which is again is a silly thing, but it's a big thing to Amy.
Hanging my laundry on the line.
She loves doing a bit of laundry hanging.
Well, there's so many of us that I have a lot of laundry that I need to wash and dry and stuff every day. So being able to be outside and actually hang our fresh laundry out to dry is a big plus for me. That's something that I really love. And also doing the dishes. Something that I didn't mention in the first one, doing the dishes and looking out at an amazing view is so much better than doing dishes and we would just do the dishes in the island. So I'd just be looking at the house.
Or use a dishwasher.
Or a dishwasher.
Yeah.
But I love being able to look at the...
Yeah, we'll post the view we'll do a post of our view as we do the dishes or as Amy does the dishes.
Because apparently it gives Brett a bad back. So
I do get I can't bend over like that. No. But maybe I will do some dishes because it's an amazing view. Some things like some little things that the kids are not too crazy about.
Oh, you didn't say another plus thing is you've had Superbock.
Superbock. Yes, I wanted a Superbock. I've been waiting to have a Superbock. I've tried to get them in Canada. We couldn't get one.
No. Even when we went to Portuguese cafes, like Portuguese restaurant and the Portuguese cafe in Canada, none of them had Superbock. So you did try.
The first night we came in, I had a Superbock. So that was it was a pleasant experience. I do like a fruity beer. I don't drink very often, but it's something I wanted to have a go at, and it was nice. So I'll probably have a few more. It's crazy how available, like, alcohol is everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a big thing for the kids. They're like, man, because in Canada, you have to go to a liquor store. In America, in England, you know, you can buy alcohol anywhere. Here, you can go in the bakery and they've got bottles of gin and all sorts on beer and all that sort of stuff everywhere. So that's very different. The Mosquitoes is a blood type. Yeah, they love my blood type, whatever it is. The weather is a bit different from Canada. It's actually been they've got a heat wave in Canada. They've got crazy wildfires in Canada at the minute. It's been a little bit cooler here, but it's been lovely. The three days we've been here, it's been smoking hot, and we went down to the river beach today.
Too. It's nice.
Nice breeze.
It's a nice combination.
Yeah. Some of the things that a bit of a shock to us was I think it's more of just the house we're in. It's like hundreds of years old drain pipes, toilet paper, not putting toilet paper in the toilet, putting it in the bin, which we've had that in Mexico and stuff, but we weren't expecting here.
And while we're on the subject of plumbing,
yeah,
like with the toilets and not being able to do toilet roll and stuff, the showers.
Yeah, showers are.
The showers.
It's very rustic where we are.
The showers with the plumbing, like we're used to this from coming in old homes in England and stuff, is temperamental. Like if someone's in the shower, you can't flush the toilet. If someone's in the shower, you can't run a tap or something, because then the person in the shower either freezes or gets scolded. So just
not having
for them to be aware.
Thermostatic.
Yeah.
Because in newer homes, you have valves that the flow changes to keep a constant temperature. In here, we've just got old. It's very old and rustic and charming.
Which isn't a negative.
No, it's just something that the kids are like.
It's a shock.
For us, we grew up in England. You know, I grew up in a house that was hundreds of years old on the edge of a field, just like here. So I'm used to it, but they have not experienced anything like that. We built 2 brand new homes. They were airtight. You couldn't see through cracks to the outside or up the floorboards and stuff like that. So for them, it's like completely different.
And with it being airtight, another thing is that the windows.
Oh, mosquito nets. We don't have mosquito nets on the windows. So there's things like being here. We're gonna know. Okay, when we build a house or renovate or look for somewhere else or wherever we do, there's certain things that we're gonna want.
And it's not to say that it's good or bad either way. Like we've just come accustomed
having
mosquito nets.
For us, for me, it doesn't matter. Like I think it's a beautiful house.
Well, you do. No, I'm not saying that it's good or bad. Like I'm just saying you do like to have the mosquito net because it does bother you, the flies. You've been running around with a fly swatter trying to swat flies.
It's fun. It's like a fun game. I'm like, Penelope, my 3-year-old, find the fly and I'll get it. We're running around. It's good fun. Just some little things. We had to think of some bad things. There's just so we had some content.
It's not we're thinking of
not bad things, just something.
We're just being real. This is something that has happened, and this is a difference for us coming from Canada.
Yeah, oldest daughter has 28 bites currently. Are they from Portugal, Cristobal? Yeah, they have pull down kits. Oh wow. Okay. Well, I've been looking forward to going to Madeira, but maybe we'll have to bring some mosquito spray there. The mosquitoes don't bother you in the winter. Yeah, I mean it's a little thing, but it's just I'm glad it's not crazy bad here anyway, or maybe it's just this time of year. I don't know. There has been a heat wave.
I'm sure there is
when it's a wet.
Times as well. Like
when it's wet is when they breed and all that sort of stuff, don't they? So they have pulled down nets, so we might do that. We might get into that. The landlord here, when I mentioned about the Starlink, like because the people who were here before had Starlink, so they obviously had to get the wire in here. And I was like, well, because I couldn't find any way to get the wire in. I did eventually. I don't think it was the way they did previously, but he was like, do whatever if you need to drill a hole or whatever. So I'm sure he won't mind us doing nets or whatever we need to do. Yeah, it's nothing compared to, yeah, Canada is nuts for mosquitoes. Anyway, that was a huge thing for me. One thing we just hit, we knew people had mentioned, and we'd seen on YouTube videos, no sauce in the sandwiches and stuff like
condiments and stuff.
that.
But not
that
just
kind of
condiments, butter as well.
butter. Yeah, no butter. So we have an amazing bakery just 2 minutes down the road.
Loads of bakeries.
We have loads of bakeries. Yeah, we've probably within a 5-minute walk. We have, I don't know, 10 to 20 cafes, restaurants. Seems like on every corner there's a group of people sitting around drinking and stuff. It's quite awesome. But yeah,
another little negative thing, difference for us. Not negative, bad, good. But it's just a difference for us coming from Canada, from the life that we lived to the life that we're now living currently. The fridge is probably this big, with the freezer box of this big. So that's a big difference coming from Canada and obviously having something gigantic. And we had a wine cooler and stuff. Our fridge now is probably smaller than that, than the wine, like than the drinks fridge, right?
Yeah, so we need a fridge freezer pronto, like right away. The other thing I was going to say is the milk. I've wanted to give up drinking milk for a while, but I'll definitely be giving up now.
Drink milk? No. I've never seen you to sit there.
Well, I don't have cereal. I don't drink milk really, but I wanted to completely cut it out of my diet. But I think I will be now, just because the milk.
So you don't want me to make you tea anymore?
Well, I need to find something to put in tea. It tastes a bit odd, doesn't it?
No, I think the tea tastes good.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll keep drinking it in tea, seeing as you're making it, but.
I don't have to make it for you if you don't want it.
I would, yeah, I don't know. I don't really like the milk. Okay. Maybe there's
so the difference that Brett's trying to say with the milk is that milk here is stored on the shelf, whereas obviously in Canada
it's not like fresh, is it?
England, we've always been used to the milk being in the fridge. So
tea leaves and water. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
So that's the difference. That is a shock of not being able to go to the fridge when you go to the grocery stores and buy it from the fridge.
Yeah.
You have it on the shelf here.
UHT milk, that's it. Yeah.
You have it on the shelf and then you put it in the fridge once it's open.
I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try my best, and then.
My youngest daughter hasn't made a comment, and then
no, she don't care. She's not fussy. I'm not really fussy with my tea. I'll probably keep drinking it in my tea, but not going to be having a glass of milk.
You never did have a glass of milk.
Can you tell that we're trying to show both sides and have some negative things, but there's not really nothing. Like, it's just been amazing since we got here.
Okay, so
exploring them roads. Went to Benfeita. We didn't talk about that in this one yet, did we?
No, we haven't. Not yet. I'm just saying.
Okay. Do you want to go do that one?
Yeah, we went to a village. Our landlord had mentioned that they have a pizza night and stuff, so we went to the village, and going through the windy roads to get there, that was literally like a sheer drop on one side, and not even like barricades or anything to prevent cars. Like, that was a shock to you as well, like that there wasn't even like a rail guard. What are they called?
It wasn't a shock to me. It was just shockingly scary. Amy's driving.
Like the rail guards, what are they called? Like to prevent you from just dropping down.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Anyway.
Stopping you going over the side.
Yeah. Some of the road had them, but majority of the road didn't have them.
Yeah.
And then we went through the town where we was meant to be going. We saw the pizza place, we saw a swimming pool and like River Beach on the other side.
Benfeita.
We drove through, it was so busy there, it was packed, we couldn't see anywhere to park. So we carried on driving through, and then we went to where the wildfires had been days or weeks prior.
Palau was it?
And the road had crumbled away and stuff, hadn't it? It was very scary. I was very scared to be driving on the road where you could literally see part of the road was missing and had been crumbled away and stuff. So we drove a little bit more to try and find a safe-ish spot to turn around because I didn't know how far we could go before. Maybe there was no road anymore. But even trying to do like a 3-point turn on like the bit that was like a sheer cliff was very scary.
Yeah, we will I think it's on a Friday or something. They do a pizza. They do like a pizza night, and it was absolutely packed.
Friday.
Everyone had come from the surrounding villages, I think, to band together from the people who had been affected with the wildfires. Thoughts and prayers to everyone who's been affected. But it was like devastation. You got through Benfeita, and then I hope that's how you pronounce it. But you get through there, and it was just forest was gone. It was all burnt, and then right up to the town. I don't know how many of the houses were
destroyed and stuff.
I don't know if many of the houses were destroyed because it was like you could see that they'd sprayed like there was green around some of the houses. So I think they'd like protected the houses or some of them, hopefully some of them, but it was really bad. But we'll do a video of the roads to that place when we go for pizza next time, just to show some of the people. I mean, obviously the Portuguese people are not going to be interested in that, but they're English people and Canadians and stuff. Like it was just amazing, beautiful. How the houses were there. A lot of them. There's a lot of abandoned houses, but there's a lot of beautiful homes that people have sort of made for themselves in the valley and up around there. And that Benfeita looked really nice as well, didn't it? The towns are beautiful here. So I can't wait to explore. We haven't had much time, but
it's literally a day.
I'm just excited to just go to the towns and just have a look around, you know.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Nighttime here.
Nighttime's great. There's no
pollution.
Yeah, I mean we went for a drive to Wildfire do Hospital, and there's like no lights on the road, which is interesting. But one of the really cool things is there's no light pollution, so the stars are just, you can see I mean, we didn't live in a major city, but we lived in a pretty lit up area. We were right on the edge of the city. We used to have
lucky enough to see the northern lights and stuff out.
Oh yeah, from our bedroom window
there is a lot of light pollution.
We had the northern light. I don't know if they had the northern lights here. Do you see those at all? Maybe someone can let us know. But we could see them from our bedroom window all the time, couldn't we? So that was fantastic. But here, I'm looking forward to doing some time lapse of the stars and stuff because it's beautiful.
With the home,
you can hear
everything.
You can hear your neighbour like 10 houses down chatting.
But within the home, you can hear everything. Like we can hear, like we're probably bothering our daughter now doing this, having to do it again this late at night. It's so echoey in here. Yeah, you can hear everything. But we will find a good location to do it where it's not as echoey.
This is not a good location to do our lives.
No, and with that, it's also a good thing that we can hear, I think, because I love hearing the wildlife. I love hearing the crickets, the frogs, the goats. Can hear the little goat bells dingling around, the church bells. That's something I've really missed, the church bells, which I'm really grateful.
Yeah, you get used to the meal. When I was in London a few years ago, it was a shock for me the way you guys do it. Yeah, I'm sure it was. It was the worst year for wildfires a very long time. 2017, yeah, I've heard there were some bad ones. There's a lot of people lost their lives, and yeah, terrible. I hope, we've been almost evacuated from our home in Canada, weren't we? It's scary. It's scary times.
We were so close to being evacuated that I actually went round and videoed our whole home just in case it did get burnt down.
For insurance, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it's a terrible thing, but it brings new life and all that stuff as well. So,
and the scary thing about when we was in Canada is that the wildfires, even though they was in like BC and stuff, the sky would be like doomsday, like orange, smoky, like where it was unsafe to go out, even though the wildfires were like in BC and stuff. It was dangerous to go outside, like the air quality and stuff. So.
And the fires would be bigger than the whole of Portugal. Yeah. Like one fire would be bigger than that, like just massive amounts of. And when we left Canada, there was more smoke than there was when we got here. So
we was nervous coming here though, with the wildfires being so close, right?
Yeah, it was crazy.
So we've said
pushing through. Oh, the sounds.
Yeah, I said I love all
You can hear all the crickets and the roosters.
We love being able to hear everything.
Yeah, we've got a big field, and then there's a bunch of farms and stuff. So we've got goats, and we can hear the bells and the church bells going off every hour, every half an hour. Okay, yeah. And then just like people seem to just stay up and party like all night long. Like I woke up at 2 a.m. yesterday. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then I look off, and up in the mountain, there's like a light going around in the sky, and you can just hear people on karaoke singing and stuff. We're in the middle of nowhere, really, aren't we? And there's like parties and stuff going on every corner. So it's completely different to what we're used to. I was saying to Amy earlier, there's a lot of we have like bunches of kids on the corners and stuff in Canada. We're in England. It wasn't in Canada. But here it's like bunches of older people on the corners and stuff just chatting. It's quite funny, but I don't know what they talk about. There's been groups of like people the last 3 days. They meet up in the same place and they just chat the day away. So it's awesome to see, but it's just completely different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's sitting around drinking beer and having a good time. So can't wait till we can chill out, relax, and get into a bit of that. Got Starlink. Is that where we are, hun? Got Starlink set up. Starlink has been my nemesis the last 2 days. It just let us down a minute ago, so hopefully you can still all see this, and we haven't disappeared again.
I let Brett take charge with the internet instead of just setting up an internet. I let you take charge. Your friend had said that Starlink was a great option. And
we were initially getting it so we could roam around, like travel, because we're planning on doing some traveling around Europe and stuff and around Portugal. It with us, but we got the standard one anyway. So that's like you guys said. I think we've already gone over it in this live. Actually, we're going to look at some of the more permanent options. But it's in summer mostly because they are honouring the local saint. Awesome. Yeah, I mean. I think a lot of people have come, like, because it's the holiday season. They said that a lot of people have come back to this area to spend time with families.
They said.
So apparently next month,
from the cities come home.
Yeah. So next month, apparently it's going to get a little bit quieter. We don't mind parties. We just
no bother.
We just talk about it. It's no bother.
But we have noticed, because we are a little bit more rural.
Inland.
Rural.
Yeah, we're away from the.
I forget.
Rural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of urgency and stuff to make sure we are constantly learning and improving on our Portuguese and stuff, because people can speak English, but some of them not so good. Some of them aren't as confident and stuff. Just like I'm not very confident with my Portuguese yet to be able to have a full-on conversation with them.
Yeah.
We are being pushed, which is a good thing.
It's a good thing. Yeah.
It's a good thing for us to make sure we are learning and improving on our Portuguese and stuff.
But for those of you thinking about moving to Portugal, really take it seriously. I wish we'd have, not that we haven't taken it seriously, but we just haven't had the time, honestly. We've done a little bit, we've learned a little bit, but definitely start learning, especially if you're not going to the cities. I don't know what it's like in the cities, but people told us, like even the landlord said, a lot of people speak English here. Probably 80% of the people we've spoken to have not. So, I mean, we've got by, and they're very friendly and very helpful, and you just point. And I mean, we went and had a look at some food, and they were like showing us all the different food and stuff. Like, we're going to get by, but there's a real urgency now for us to learn as quickly as possible, because I know we can get by, but
we don't want to just.
No, we don't want to get by. We want to learn. I want to be able to speak fluent, you know.
We have come to their country.
Yeah, we've always intended to learn
their culture.
We've always intended to learn. It's not like we've come here to go to an expat community and not learn the language, but you really have to learn.
And made it so we wouldn't have to.
Yeah, you can get by, but I would, if you're considering moving here, I would really dive into that as quickly as possible, because it is a bit tricky. But we're picking it up very quickly. Even like we went to the bakery today.
I was going to say about that. We went to a bakery today, and she was the most helpful so far with encouraging us and telling us the correct words, how to pronounce them, making us say it, even though the bakery was packed and busy. There was people all behind us lined up. She was like going out of her way to teach us the words, making us say the words.
Yeah, everything we were buying, she was.
And then it was good. We was having fun. I was a little bit obviously not embarrassed, but like nervous to say them because there was a million Portuguese people behind us, and I'm like saying words. Yeah. Nervous to make a mistake and stuff. And then I was saying one of the words for a card. I forgot what it is now already. But like to pay with your card, I said, how do you say that? And then she told me, and then apparently I was doing it too angry, that it sounded like I was doing it French because I was being really angry with how I was saying it. And I was like, I'm not angry. I'm not trying to be angry. Yeah. I'm not trying to be angry. I'm really not angry. And she was like, yeah, but how I was saying the end bit was very angry. So I just needed to calm down a little bit with how I was pronouncing it. So
yeah,
it was good. It was lots of fun.
Yeah, but I mean, a couple of people, when we went to Coimbra, we went to the Forum Mall, and I went into a shop and, said, have you got a Starlink? And the guy was like,
he just went straight to English.
Yeah, straight to English. So there's a lot of young people that do, but we want to be able to chat to everyone. So we're going to learn. We'll share that as part of our journey as well. But I think we're just going to get into. We've bought a course. We've got a few Spotify playlists. We're going out every day and trying to integrate and going in the shops and speaking to different people and using Google Translate to how to pronounce stuff because the words don't read the search for an English person. No. Doesn't
when
sound
you look
like
at letters, obviously, like if you know Portuguese, a lot of the English letters, the sounds that we make for the letters are completely different from the Portuguese alphabet, the sounds that they make for them. Yeah. So even trying to say the words, like we can't just read them as we would read them because they don't necessarily sound that way at all.
The kids will learn fast in school. So our kids are doing online learning for the first year because we want to travel a lot. So we have them in the online program.
The children will still learn even through.
Yeah, and we're going to be right away. I'm going to be looking into the football academies and stuff around here. Levi loves football, so he'll be getting into that. So we're going to try and get them into some classes and around. And there's so many children in this area as well. So there's so many kids in this area that the kids will be around other children that speak anyway. The kids like Harry Potter. Yeah, everyone likes Harry Potter. We love Harry Potter. Let me just check this. Most of the other people want to speak Portuguese to you. It's about the new family in the village. Yeah, I'm sure we stand out. I'm sure we stand out. I haven't seen anyone that's like heavily tattooed either. Have you?
I haven't really been looking for people's tattoos, but
yeah, I am because I'm like.
Why, are you nervous?
Well,
wow.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Why?
I just feel like I stand out a bit.
You chose to have all these tattoos.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like I felt when I first had tattoos years ago. I've had tattoos for years, like 20 years, or how long ago did I have them? Yeah, almost 20 years ago. Yeah, I kind of feel like then now, like not many people have tattoos here. Well, they have tattoos, but not like full sleeves and stuff. So
you just said that they stand out for having no tattoos.
Okay.
So it's different there then.
Well, that's how it is these days. Like, not many people don't have tattoos, but having.
There was a real phase where, like, to have tattoos was like, not bad, but like not a lot of people had tattoos. Then there was a phase where like everybody was covered in tattoos, sleeves and stuff. And now I don't know where it is right now.
Yeah, I just don't see it very like maybe it's the area we're in. People have one or two tattoos, like nice little tasteful ones, one on their arm or one on their neck or so. Not that neck tattoos are tasteful, but not actually like full, like covered,
Sleeves.
Yeah. So where was I going with that? Oh, standing out as a family. We also have, there's 7 of us, our girls are all like
prison tattoos.
Our girls.
I don't know why people get to get prison.
No, they don't have prison tattoos.
Maybe that's what they're scared.
Our girls are all like
Is that
6
why
foot.
you're scared?
What?
Is that why you're scared? Because you think people think they have prison tattoos?
I'm not scared. I didn't say I was scared, did I? I just feel like we stand out a bit. But yeah, I'm sure.
I don't think we stand out because of your tattoos. I think we stand out because there are so many of us.
Well, it's just one
and
of the
we are
things.
taller. Not necessarily myself, but we are taller.
Mm.
Someone mentioned that today. They asked how old some people were.
Oh yeah.
Some children.
They were surprised at the kids. Yeah. Because our kids are like 6 foot. So
let's move on. You've asked a question here. Does anyone know the best place to find a long-term rental here in Portugal?
Coimbra University. Yeah, I think I saw that we were in the forum there, and you can see up on the top of the hill. Are those universities up on the top of the hill? They look like universities. I've sort of seen them in a couple of videos, but I didn't know whether that was it. We didn't actually. We're on the side of the forum, so we basically didn't have to go through Coimbra, which was nice for our first road trip. But yeah, we just went to the forum and that was it. But we will definitely be exploring Coimbra for sure, and hopefully getting.
Want to ask that question, babe?
Oh. So one question we do have for Portuguese people, and you've always been very helpful, is we were going to buy a vehicle. So we have 7 days with our rental.
My head looks really small compared to yours.
Yeah, but I have a big head too.
But it looks even smaller when I'm way back here.
We have a rental vehicle for till the 7th, and we were going to buy a vehicle right away, but now I'm kind of wondering if someone had mentioned there was a long-term rental.
We don't want to rush into buying.
No, because we have this massive 9-seater passenger, which is great, passenger van, but there are a few things that we don't like about it. Now we've had it for a few days, so we maybe want to try a few different vehicles. So I'm wondering, is there a place to do like longer term rentals? Because obviously short term rentals are crazy expensive. Someone had mentioned to us before that you can get long term rentals. So I'm imagining they're a little bit more reasonable. Where would I go to look into that? Because we have 7 days and I don't want to rush into buying a vehicle. So that was one thing I wanted to ask.
Find another solution, right? So we need to find a long-term rental. So if you could drop that in the chat, that would be super helpful. And if you haven't already hit the subscribe button, go on and hit it.
Well done, hon. Good job. Okay, so that was our first couple of days of ups and downs, highs and lows.
We just did do one, and the Starlink failed us. This is our second take of it, and we said it was going to be quick, but it has been 51 minutes, and we are so grateful for everyone sticking around.
Yeah, we do have a video coming that's in production right now, which will be a little bit of that stressful day, so you'll have to catch that. And what's next for us? You can definitely rent from an agency by the month. I wasn't able to find much information about leases, though. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we'll have to look more into that. If anyone knows of any company that's a good, reputable company that I can get a long-term vehicle from, I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support and the love and all the help. We've had so much help, even finding this house, and lots of help. We couldn't have made it without you guys. What we're going to plan on doing now is we have a live, which we're going to do one of these every week because they're honestly easy to do, and I think it's nice to actually chat to everyone, ask questions, answer questions. So we'll be doing one of these a week. We were planning on doing it on a Thursday, but it will be a Sunday or a Thursday, and then on the other day we'll be releasing a video. So on Thursday we'll have a video coming out, so catch that. And we're going to be doing, you know, house hunting. Not that we're planning on buying a house to live in right away, but we're definitely probably going to buy a house to do up so we have some content. And I just love renovating houses anyway, and I'm really excited about, there's so many abandoned houses, like even in the most beautiful spots in this town we're in the most beautiful spots, there's like abandoned houses everywhere. So I'm excited about buying a house, renovating, doing that sort of thing. I need to hook up with some real estate agents and make sure I'm making good investments and stuff like that.
Another plus thing that I thought of is that I'm on the same timeline as my sister now. So being able to talk to my sister, I don't call her and it's not like crazy time, even though I knew what the time was a lot of the time. Like I knew that my morning was like her afternoon, evening and stuff, because I was there for 14 years and I call my sister all the time. But now to be like, I've called her the last couple of days and to be at the same time, I'm not like, what time is it again for you now? Like I know exactly, it's like we literally are at the same time. So that's pretty fun. Yeah. And to message my dad, like my dad's been messaging me a couple of times and it's the same time. So like normally when he would message, it would be like early hours of the morning, and I would maybe read it and then forget because I'd fallen asleep, or like there was a lot of missed communication there because of the time difference and stuff. So hopefully now we'll be able to talk a lot more with my side of the family and stuff.
Well,
so.
that was one of the main reasons we even moved here, wasn't it? So you can be closer to your
So-
family. So if there's any real estate agents, what do they call them here? Real estate agents, realtors in the Arganil, like central Portugal area, we want to hook up with some people who would know that sort of stuff. So if you could recommend them, I've had like a few people say, "Oh, my cousin," they've given me different contacts, but we're definitely looking
Well,
to.
thank you. He said he's going to rewind, try Remax. Yes, Remax is worldwide, isn't it? They have Remax in Canada and stuff. So I think Remax will be a good one.
Yeah, I want to have, because in Canada I had friends that were real estate, and we used to have we'd meet every few weeks and talk about different investments and different stuff like that. So I'd like to meet someone like that here that I can not only do business with but be friends with. So if there's anyone in the area,
sweet, right?
Well,
It's like a little ad for a friend.
It's a good person. Good people to know, aren't they?
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, that's another thing. I'm sure we can find someone out there.
Someone in here will be able to help.
For sure.
So.
And yeah, I think that's it, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Sorry we messed this up, and really appreciate the guys that came back on the second time around, listen to it all again. We have a video coming Thursday, so keep your eyes out for that. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like, share, all of that.
Tell your friends, tell your family.
Tell your friends and family about us.
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. You have yourself a wonderful evening, morning, day, wherever you are watching this right now. We appreciate it. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe.
We're in Portugal now.
Bye, guys. And still bye.